Hello, Lobo fans. Welcome into your Lobo Coaches Show. I'm your host, Robert Portnoy, with the women's basketball coach at New Mexico, Mike Bradbury. Coach Bradbury, it's great to be back with you, and your team got on a nice roll. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been on this set to talk Lobo women's hoops with you, and you had the two best teams in the conference coming into the pit.
Yeah, it was a big homestand and got a split out of that, and thought we really competed and played well offensively in both games.
Played well and competed offensively in both games. UNLV obviously has separated itself from the rest of the field in the Mountain West, but even played well in that one, as good as they are.
Yeah, we did. We scored the ball. We were good on offense. We just had a really hard time defending them.
They've been tough to defend for the entire league. You get San Diego State in the pit after that, a team that you'd lost to on the road, but you're able to get back and get a win on your home court.
Yeah, I played extremely well on both ends in that game. Had it over double figures for most of that game, and then I think it ended 5 or 6 or 7 or something like that. But we had firm control of that one and played one of our better games.
Lobo's playing their best basketball of the year right now. I don't think there's any question about that. And you guys are jockeying for position in that upper third of the conference. I mean, it is so bunched up, Coach.
Yeah, it is. And, and those are all the teams that we're playing, this coming week. And, those will be important. But it is a close race, and I think a lot of evenly matched games and evenly matched teams.
A lot of really exciting matchups. We're going to talk about what's coming up for Lobo basketball, but after that homestand, you guys got on the road for a Thursday, Saturday, didn't you?
Yeah, tough trip up to Boise. Played them on Thursday night, and then quick turnaround to play a early afternoon game on Saturday at Nevada. Tough trip, but I thought our kids handled it well.
Lobos get a split of that trip. The Boise game, you had gotten them on your home court.
We had, and we came out, and they kind of took it to us early, and we didn't respond very well, and dug ourselves a big hole and managed to battle back, and make it a game and get it to a one-possession game late with about 2 minutes to go, and just couldn't come all the way back.
Lobos can't quite finish at Boise. You've had a knack for doing well in those quick turnarounds, though, Coach. We've talked about it a bunch. You do it again in Reno. Yeah, I'm really proud of this team. We can put things behind us pretty quickly and move on. And we played really good in Reno and against a good Nevada team that like you mentioned, is right there in the middle with all of us. So proud of the team for being able to bounce back like that. That's not an easy thing to do, is have that short memory, but your kids obviously are pretty good at it.
Yeah, they've been good all year. They've continued to work. We've continued to get better each and every week. And, if we can continue to do that, we've got 3 weeks left, a little less than 3 weeks left. And, we got to make sure that we continue to improve on a day-to-day basis.
With a nice little winning streak mixed in there, the Lobos have won 5 of their last 7. Mm-hmm. What do you think have been the keys to this nice stretch of play for your team?
I just think we've kind of stuck with it. We've been good in most games in the league, and we've just kind of stuck with it. Through the good and the bad, we've stayed pretty level-headed and continued to work. Okay,
the Lobos started this group of games that we're talking about with a split of a homestand, the loss to UNLV, and a win over San Diego State. We're going to break down the tape with the Aztecs next. We're back on your Lobo Coaches Show with the women's basketball coach at New Mexico, Mike Bradbury. The Lobos came in conference play at 5-5 on the year to a home date with San Diego State in the pit. And, Coach, a chance for you guys to even Steven things here with San Diego State. They got you in San Diego earlier this year.
Yeah, it got us in a close game over there that we led most of the way, and got out to a quick 4-0 lead here. San Diego State did, and then we bounced back with 15 straight, played some good defense, and were able to score some baskets in transition.
Boy, when Amaya's getting out on the break like that, she can be really impressive. And I love this, the little pass fake and then go right to the cup.
Yeah, again, right off of a turnover. And we're best when we're going in transition. And we were able to force some turnovers and really dominated the boards in this game. And that allowed us to play a lot in transition, especially in the first half.
I'm loving the Lobos Love Pink unis too, Coach. How about that? Gorgeous time there from Paula.
Yeah, offensively we were clicking in this game. San Diego State's one of the best defensive teams in the league. But I thought we really executed and moved the ball on offense. And it allowed us to do a couple things. Is we hit some threes early, kind of brought them to us. and then it allowed us to really attack the basket.
I think that Anaya is getting so good on her attacks to the rim. She is a really elite finisher, Coach.
Yeah, she continues to get better. She's playing as good as anybody on our team, probably for the last 2 months, and she's really triggered us and give us a big spark off the bench and a lot of energy.
Clearly, it's a strength of her game, but I feel like she's gotten even quicker. Is her foot speed improving?
I mean, I think it's because she's playing with more confidence. She's not thinking as much. She knows what we're doing, so that allows her to play a lot faster.
How important is that? When coaches talk about playing fast, it's not always actually just like how fast are you, but it's how the game is slowing down for you?
That's correct. You know, and you can see things, and you know, just like on this play here, like normally she would have turned that ball over last year, and she makes the right read, uses her footwork, and makes the right play.
You guys are so good in transition too, and I just feel like you're getting out on the break more and more here as we've gotten deeper into conference play.
Yeah, our defense has gotten better, and I think we understand what we're looking for on offense and transition too.
She can do so many different things here. I mean, she's a great passer, and there's Paula backing somebody down on the block.
Yeah, she can play at every level. You know, steps out and makes threes. She can post up. She's really good for us in transition with the ball.
So what about the start of the third quarter here, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, we came out and we were pretty focused. Now, they hit a couple shots here early. I mean, that one clearly banked in. And then we were able to settle ourselves in and get ourselves back together.
You talked about San Diego State being one of the better defensive teams. I'm seeing a lot of layups. You guys are doing a lot of great work on ball screens, back cutting them. It felt like you're getting to the paint a ton.
We did, and I think we hit some threes early, like I said, to bring them to us. And then once we did that, we were able to score a lot of points in the paint.
You feel pretty good when you score 42 paint points? Like you're going to win a game when you get there that often?
Yeah, and that's usually not our thing. But yeah, if we can get that, then we're usually pretty good.
What about hustle plays like this? Those are not always a given. Have you felt like in conference play your team has been pretty good at 50-50 ball going and getting those?
Yeah, we've been pretty good, better in some games than others, but we've been pretty good. We're better than we were earlier in the year, for sure.
All right, so what about the close of the third quarter here and then, trying to put them away in the fourth? Obviously, they're a very good team, and you guys have had control of this game.
Yeah, to be honest with you, this game was very similar to the one in San Diego. We led by double figures just about the whole way over there and let it slip away. And we were talking about that during the timeouts. Hey, we're going to finish this game.
I feel like we're seeing more and more, and I know you've talked about it in terms of her getting her legs underneath her, but we're seeing more and more of Amaya Brown's game come out with each passing game that you play.
Yeah, absolutely. She's gotten better every single game. And I think as she gets to play and she's continued to get a lot of minutes, that's why she's improved. Because remember, she didn't play for, a long stretch.
Why is Paula so good in the post? I just feel like her basketball acumen, it seems so natural.
Yeah, she knows how to play. She really knows the game. She knows how to play, and she's got all the skills needed to do, everything that she does.
Because we see, right there, she turns to face the basket, she drives the rail, she gets to the rim. We see her do her work with the back to the basket. I feel like she can go over either shoulder, and then, of course, we saw her step out and hit the three, too.
Yeah, absolutely. She can score at every level, and there's not a play that she can't make. And I think that's what makes her so dangerous, her versatility, and then there's just not a basketball play that she's not capable of making.
Talking about how critical it is to get a high seed in the Mountain West Tournament, games like this one, this win over San Diego State, these are what you need as you're jockeying, because no one wants to play that first day if you can avoid it.
Right, and it's what you're kind of shooting for. But, again, we go back to let's control what we can control, and that's tomorrow in practice. It's today in practice, and we'll see where we stand at the end.
Okay, where we stand is a timeout. When we come back on the other side, we start a road trip. The Lobos taking on Boise in Idaho next. Welcome back on your Lobo Coaches Show with the women's basketball coach at New Mexico, Mike Bradbury. I'm Robert Portnoy. So the Lobos get the 83-78 win over San Diego State in the pit. By the way, Taduff gets her 1,000th career point in that game. We're going to hear more on the milestone front from Tay here coming up later in the show. It's time to get to Boise, Idaho, and the tape of the Lobos and the Broncos.
Rough start here for us at Boise. They came out and got after us early and really took advantage of our lack of aggression and I guess readiness to play in this game from the beginning.
Did you feel like the preparation leading up to the game was where you would have liked to coach?
Yeah, I thought it was good, and for some reason it's the first time in a long time, but we came out flat. Now after that start, we did find ourselves and battle back, and got this thing to a competitive game. But offensively, the first 5-6 minutes we were all over the place, and couldn't execute what we were trying to do, and defensively we lost them in transition, and then when we did have them guarded, we gave up offensive rebounds.
Question about the offense. In terms of game plan versus just your regular flow, your regular offense, is it, in this case, execution of a game plan installed specifically for the Broncos, or you just weren't doing what you normally do?
We just weren't executing. The cuts weren't as hard. Just almost like the focus wasn't there.
Well, it's hard to be at your best every single night out, but I guess it's how you fight through those moments and how you sort of keep touch to battle through that to get a chance to win a game like this.
Yeah, and again, I like this team and got a lot of toughness, and we battled back, and we've already battled back to a 6-point game here, and then a couple of tough calls and things kind of went against us here at the end of the half, and they spread it back out there to double digits. They start the second half right here with back-to-back threes, and that's going to make it 17. We called timeout there, get ourselves back together, and then from this point on, we were really good.
So this is your best stretch of the game right here, and it's starting after that timeout.
You're right. Yeah. So the whole second half, we were really good. We missed some layups and missed a couple of wide open threes, or I think this could have been a different outcome.
What was talked about at half and in that timeout after those consecutive threes there early that helped you guys get things going here in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, we got our focus back, and it wasn't anything big. It was just make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do.
One of the things that, and I'm sure you've experienced this, when you face a big deficit, climbing that hill, you can get there, but sometimes getting over the top of the hill is the hardest part. You've expended so much energy getting there.
Yeah, it can be, and it can be, and that's something that's always a concern. But you got to get back in it and give yourself a chance.
How about extending the defense here? A little pressure and creates a turnover.
We pressed most of the second half, and it's just now we've got ourselves a ball game.
And you feel like the pressure was one of the big things that helps you get back in this game?
Yeah, absolutely. We turned them over and got some easy baskets.
Now you've got a 2-possession game here. You get a good stop with a block shot, and you feel like you're right in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we'll get us a basket here and get it down to 4, and that's where we missed back-to-back. Not on the highlights here, but back-to-back breakaway layups that would have tied the game. And it's one of those things. And again, you go back and maybe it was because we, spent some energy. But if we get those, then I think the outcome could have been different.
You feel like, though, a game like this on the road against a tough opponent, one that you're battling with, in the conference, this gives you a good feeling about when you get to Las Vegas. Like, okay, maybe UNLV, it's going to take a superhuman effort against them, but everybody else, we're just as good as anybody else in the conference.
Oh, absolutely. I think between second and eighth there's no difference in anybody. It just depends on, your luck of the conference schedule or lack thereof, where you play certain people and when you play them, if they had injuries. Like, I don't think there's any difference in those 6 teams.
We've heard that many times from coaches. It's not always who you play, but it's when you play them.
Yeah, people have people out, and we have people out. Some of it's just luck, and then, some of it's the unbalanced schedule. We play the top 4 teams twice. We're the only team that does that. It is what it is. But when it shakes out, we'll see where we stand, and we'll play who we play. But again, 2nd through 8th, I don't think there's much difference.
Keys, you want to be healthy and hot going into the Mountain West tournament. Okay, the Lobos next. They're still on the road. They go to Reno, Nevada to take on the Wolfpack. That's next. We're back on your Lobo Coaches Show. I'm Robert Portnoy with the women's basketball coach at New Mexico, Mike Bradbury. The Lobos come off a 69-62 loss at Boise. They travel to Reno to take on the Wolfpack. New Mexico looking for a sweep of Nevada. How about the start in this one, Coach?
Yeah, it came out. Obviously, Tora makes a 3 there. We were good from the beginning here. I thought we were the aggressor in this game, and we came out. We played extremely hard. We were really good on the offensive boards. Whole different energy level at the start of this game than 2 nights before in Boise.
So you guys get a little jump on them here at the outset. They make a bit of a run. You guys are able to close it out, though, this quarter pretty hot, and gives you a good feeling on the road.
It does. We got out here and got ourselves a double-digit lead here at the end of the first quarter, and kind of built on it from there throughout the game.
What did you feel like in terms of the offense was clicking in this one against the Wolfpack, Coach?
I thought we were just more aggressive. I thought we attacked the basket. We didn't settle for bad shots. We're quick threes. We were really the aggressor and attacked the basket, and it got us to the free throw line.
Another thing, too, and kind of a theme in terms of the victories here in these recent games, paint points. You're getting a lot of touches in there. 42 points on the painted wood in this one, Coach.
Yeah, it was really good. I thought our execution offensively, especially underneath out-of-bounds plays, was really good, and we just didn't settle for contested jump shots. We were putting the pressure on the rim most of the game.
What about the way you guarded Nevada in this one?
Really good for 3 quarters. Then we kind of lost our focus a little bit. I think we were up 19 or 20 and kind of lost our focus, but for 3 quarters, we were really good defensively.
Lobos' big double-digit lead at the end of the 3rd quarter. Here you're closing out the 2nd and continue to keep the heat on them with this double-digit advantage at 32-20.
Yeah, I think we get to the half up 11 or 12, but it was a complete first half.
And again, transition. We talked about this, but that's when you guys are at your best, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And Shai was really good in this game. She was good in the half court, and she got 2 or 3 run-outs in transition, and that usually gets her going and gets her excited. And she got some easy baskets early.
Well, one of the things it seems like when Shai is having a good game, it seems like you guys on the interior are having a good game. And this is one where you had a rebounding advantage, and you win second chance points by a dozen, 23-11.
Yeah, and that doesn't always happen with us. It's not really our thing. But like I said, it was a whole mindset going into this game. We felt embarrassed of our performance on Thursday, and we came out with a completely different mindset that we were going to be the aggressor.
Well, you certainly took it to them early. At the end of the 3rd, you're going to have an 18-point bulge. And you talked about not having the energy, not having the focus at the start of the game in Boise, but completely different mindset here.
It was. It was, and our kids were happy after the game. And again, it was just the mindset of it, going in. And you can see Taze hit some threes here, but we scored so many baskets inside and in the paint that allowed her to get free on the outside, and and she got some open looks early, hit those, and then she felt pretty confident the rest of the way.
You mentioned that maybe the 4th quarter defense wasn't as good as it was in the first 3 quarters, but you continued just torrid shooting, 56% in the third and fourth quarters?
Yeah, we're getting run-out layups and we're scoring in transition, and that's, you can shoot a good percentage when you're shooting those shots right there.
Definitely helps. So the Lobos get the win on the road at Nevada, 79-71. We mentioned milestones for Tay Duff, 1,000 points, a couple of games back for a career in the Cherry and Silver. Now she's the Lobos' all-time three-point make leader. That's unbelievable, Coach.
Yeah, it is. It's she's been here 3 years, and this is her third year, and she can really shoot it, and I'm happy for her. This kid puts in all the time and all the effort to be successful.
So 6 threes in this win over Nevada. She passes Amy Beggin at 218, Katie Montgomery at 221. She does it in 80 games. She's second all-time in three-point percentage at 41%. She's a stud.
Yeah, she's a valuable player for us. And when we can get the inside working with her, that makes our offense go.
Okay, the Lobos have a Thursday, Saturday. It's Wyoming and San Jose State in the pit. 2 more big ones.
It is. We went to Wyoming and got beat up pretty good. Looking to bounce back here at home against them, and the San Jose game on Saturday will be our first time playing them. So looking forward to it.
Exciting too to have these games. All of them matter so much in February, right, Coach?
Absolutely. I mean, the importance of every game from here on out, and we've got 5 left, and they're all important.
All right, Thursday night, Saturday afternoon in the pit. Pack the pit for the Lobo women against Wyoming and San Jose State. So long, everybody. Go Lobos.